Telecommunication has been on its continuous voyage of prudent evolution for several generations. From beacons, smoke signals, talking drums, and pigeon posts to computer networks, internet, and now towards artificial intelligence, several outbreaks have been achieved. To evident the contemporary scenario of continuous inventions and decipher India's vision for telecommunication, this is the story of the Bharti School of Telecommunication Technology and Management in the realm of 5G communications at Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi.
Bharti School is an interdisciplinary school created with contribution by the Bharti Foundation, and there are multiple departments which are part of the Bharti School. So Bharti School offers multiple educational programs. They offer an MTech program in the communications discipline and in telecom, and they also offer a MBA program, and they also have a very strong PhD program with over 60 PhD students currently pursuing their PhD. So they are all working on the mainstream communication technologies. There is a lot of activity happening on the 5G technologies in the Bharti School.
Bharti School was set up in the year 2000 to act as nucleus of excellence for education and research relating to all facets of telecommunication technology and management. With constant support and encouragement from IIT Delhi, excellent academic faculty and the leading industry partners, Bharti School today is a vibrant telecom excellence center providing research and development in cutting-edge and disruptive technologies. To explore more, let's dive in. Professor Brijesh Lal, head Bharti School, enlightened us with the journey of Bharti School since its inception to present accomplishments and ongoing explorations.
This school came into existence about 20 years ago, and it has been focusing on teaching postgraduate students in the area of telecom technology and management. About 25 years ago, Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal, the owner and the president of Airtel, wanted participation of the Bharti group in the technology teaching and research space. For that, he got together with IIT Delhi and set up this school. This school came into existence about 20 years ago, and it has been focusing on teaching postgraduate students in the area of telecom technology and management. We have 3 programs in this particular school. We have an MTech program in telecom technology, we have a management in telecom technology and management, and we have a PhD program where we train research scholars in the area of telecom, both policy and technology related issues. This school has grown from strength to strength, and of late, with the advent of 5G, there has been an exponential growth in the amount of work and the kind of work that this school has been doing over the last 2 or 3 years. More and more organizations are willing to put in funds to get work done from the brilliant faculty that we have here at Bharti School and in IIT Delhi in general. A few words on spectrum. Now, this is another thing that is going to change in a very big way as we move to 5G. When we were looking at 2G, 3G and 4G, the kind of spectrum that we were working with was very, very fixed. Almost everybody knew that you were using 1.8 gigahertz or 900 megahertz and a few more variants of the spectrum, and you had relatively small bandwidth channels that were available to you. But as you move to 5G, what is going to happen is, of course, we will use these channels and a few more, but the need for the channel bandwidth will increase. You will no longer be talking of small band channels, you will be talking of much larger bandwidths, 100 megahertz chunks in sub 6 gigahertz and a few gigahertz chunks when you talk about millimeter wave of the kind 28 gigahertz, 40 gigahertz, 60 gigahertz, 78 gigahertz. So this is an absolutely new paradigm.
5G OEM Center of Excellence at Bharti School was set up for testing use case applications on 5G. The 5G COE has already been used for demonstrating various use cases which has been developed across different departments at IITD. Some of the use cases already tested in 2018 are autonomous vehicles testing and delivery management, water quality monitoring system, air quality monitoring system, mobile edge computing are in the pipeline.
In a connected world, security is going to be a very important consideration. For example, when so many sensors interact with central nodes, or even in the case of autonomous vehicles, for example. I mean, if people from outside start to control these cars, and if these cars are not really protected in terms of security, now you can see the sort of a chaos it will cause to the entire world. So security is going to be very, very important in the future communication technologies, for particularly when it comes to 5G sort of technologies, where a huge amounts of data will be exchanged, and that is where IIT Delhi is also focusing a lot. There are lots of initiatives at the institute level. We are also offering master's degree programs in the security area. There are many projects at IIT Delhi today where the government agencies are approaching us, and we are working with them closely for the security purposes.
This is our user equipment. It will be actually a handheld device, but right now, since the 5G hardware is still not ready and in the process, this is of this bulky size. So there are basebands unit proprietary to Ericsson, baseband units which is capable of supporting the existing technology, also 2G, 3G, advanced LTE 5G. So this is all 5G ready hardware. Ideally, it will be a handheld device, that GPS device kind of thing, but right now, because of the hardware constraints, it is so much bulky in size. So this is a server which is dedicated to any application, just car-like application. For example, if you have a drone delivery, also if you are trying to do, you will be using this server for all the software flow and all these software commands. For example, in a small area like a cyber hub in Gurgaon, you will be having many such multiple base stations, say of different vendors, depending on how much traffic is there, how many users are there. So what we have done is, one way of reducing the latency was to move all the configurable parameters, all the configurable software to a centralized location, which we are calling vRAN, virtual cloud, which supports virtual cloud. So all the configuration and the configurable parameter have been moved to this vRAN, which will be connected to many base stations. So if there is any change in the traffic or in the signal strength depending upon the use case or application, we will be configuring all the software and other parameter using this vRAN. Active antenna system. Active antenna system which supports active beam forming depending how the user is moving. This is an internet service provider box because you will be needing internet also for running all these applications. 5G has used case in remote controlled cars. We can see the simulator out here, and this car was kept outside the building, and we had actually driven it remotely from the simulator. There was no driver in the car. This is a base station, and the base station connects via the RF, the 128 antenna, which is a massive MIMO antenna, connects to the car, which has a UV setting inside it and the antenna. This is the complete link on 5G, and we have 3.5 GHz link, which is a massive MIMO link that provides ultra low latency, which is required for remote cars.
India Science is an internet-based science TV channel initiated by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, implemented and managed by Vigyan Prasar. India Science on the URL www.indiascience.in is a bilingual channel with content in Hindi and English. It can be accessed on any internet-enabled device. This video platform is dedicated to science and technology knowledge dissemination with a strong commitment to spreading scientific awareness, especially with Indian perspectives, ethos and cultural context. The India Science mobile app can be downloaded from the Google Play Store and Apple Store.
Welcome to the 5G Center of Excellence at IIT Delhi. This was set up in collaboration with Ericsson about a year and a half ago. Here we have a pre-release 5G setup where we have a BTS, 2 UEs and a core simulator. So all of these together give us the capability to run use cases in the area of 5G. A prime example of this was in the IMC 2018, we demoed an autonomous car and we streamed 4K video from a drone directly to the lab. Now moving forward, there is something that I would want the people who are listening to this particular or watching this program to understand that not all the things that happen as the technology progresses are under our control. A couple of challenges have been raised because of 5G being the kind of technology that it is. What is going to happen in times to come is that privacy and security are going to become very, very important issues. What we are trying to do is we are trying to put more and more control on the machines and on the connectivity.
To meet the demand of an increased capacity with improved data rate, a better quality of the service is need of the hour. Therefore, for next generation networks, there is a need to adopt energy efficient architectures. In this lieu, Bharti School has undertaken activities to contribute in energy optimization for wireless networks.
IIT Delhi also plays a role through Bharti School in that particular project. The Center of Excellence in 5G with Ericsson. We've come up with a Digital Innovations Lab with Samsung. We have a long-standing 6 or 7 year long relationship with Samsung, which has culminated in this school setting up a lab dedicated for digital innovation, where we do computer vision and VR kind of research, and this research feeds into the applications that finally go into the 5G communication area.
For real-time performance testing of the developed algorithms for 5G radio transmission, Next Generation Wireless Communication Lab is actively engaged. It tests the developed algorithms on real-time video transmission using the latest software across mobile sub-6 GHz infrastructure. Jeenu Jayachandran, PhD student, is explaining more about their lab. Let's have a look.
Hi, we are students of Next Generation Wireless Communication Lab at IIT Delhi. So here we are having a live video transmission where the video is being transmitted from base station to two different mobile users, and simultaneously the mobile users are transmitting the video to the base station. So in 5G, the main requirement is to have high throughput, like high rate you need to transmit the things. So here we are transmitting a 720 pixel video, which needs a high throughput. So in 5G, to attain this throughput, you need to have large number of antennas to receive the videos and simultaneously transmit. So we have the base station which have around 32 antennas, which help us to achieve this much throughput. This base station have 32 antennas, which is actually 16 USRPs, which is like you can say as a different mobile user, and you can extend this 32 antennas to up to 128 antennas. And the data collected from all these 32 antennas are going to one particular CPU. The CPU will do the rest of processing using the software that I described previously. Now, the important feature of this base station is, since we have 32 antennas, it is highly helpful for us to achieve high data rate.
Visible Light Communication, popularly known as Li-Fi Communications Network, is a data communication variant which uses visible light between 780 to 375 nanometer wavelength. It is a promising technology and subset of optical wireless communications technologies with efficient data rates, health safe and cheap. The proposed target is to achieve the speed of 500 Mbps with right modulation and multiplexing solutions. IoT is relevant not only as a technology that brings efficiencies and value within industry verticals, but also a way of tying industries, people, and parts of society together to create substantial value.
So we've been talking about some of the applications which are computer vision related, which are speech coding related. Now all of these are one of the enablers for IoT for the future. IoT, well, people relate to lots and lots of endpoints connected to some kind of a cloud and doing processing concurrently for a lot of measurements that you make. But the other aspect of IoT is where you have, for example, something like a connected car where you have lots of data from a single endpoint. So some of the things that we talk of today are a good example of an application of IoT where you get lots and lots of data that you need to process before you can send it to the cloud. So there is this need to make sense of what you're collecting, and that is where concepts such as object representation, scene description come into the picture. Then issues such as trajectory tracking, because you need to follow the scene and then make sense of what's happening. So one class of IoT applications will be around the vision and speech processing techniques that we've thought about, we've spoken about, and you must understand that communication at one end enables IoT, but so does the applications and the technologies that you build here. All of these play a vital role in the IoT networks of the future.
India Science is an internet-based science TV channel initiated by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, implemented and managed by Vigyan Prasar. India Science on the URL www.indiascience.in is a bilingual channel with content in Hindi and English. It can be accessed on any internet-enabled device. This video platform is dedicated to science and technology knowledge dissemination with a strong commitment to spreading scientific awareness, especially with Indian perspectives, ethos and cultural context. The India Science mobile app can be downloaded from the Google Play Store and Apple Store.
Computer vision representation of human visual cortex via pre-trained models is state-of-the-art technology. Its application lies in the field of robotic surgery, medical imaging, autonomous vehicle operation, and many more. Incorporating machine learning, Samsung Digital Academy Innovation Lab of Bharti School has built many indigenous applications, which will ride on the top of the 5G communications. The strength of a machine learning technique is in part dependent on human knowledge. Such knowledge can help a machine to learn more efficiently through techniques like appropriate feature selection, transfer learning, and multitask learning. Anushika Singh, PhD student at Samsung Innovation Lab, elaborating automatic segmentation of lungs as a part of her research.
I'm working on identification of TB from chest X-ray images. So now my first work is to segment out the lung part from the image. We use the MATLAB for segmentation of lung part. So this is the path of the patient X-ray image. So these are the all patient X-rays from Indian data. We are using the data from CMC Vellore Hospital. So now I am running this code. So it is reading the patient X-ray. Now it is doing a GraphCut based algorithm for lung segmentation, and it will take approx 30-second time. So this is the lung part of the image, and all the segmented lungs will be saved in the other folder. Like this is the mask of the image, and this is the overlay image. This is the overlay image.
If you look at the healthcare technologies, even at IIT Delhi, you just go away from this place, 20 kilometers, and hardly any healthcare infrastructure exists there. And people from all over the country, coming to these big cities for treatment purposes is just not the way we can ever keep our population healthy. So we need to have technologies for healthcare sector where we should be able to track the health of people in villages, towns, and only I think this distributed healthcare kind of a system.
Nowadays, a reliable and low-cost system for traffic automation and vehicle theft control is essentially required. The enormous increase in the vehicles on roads and highways and the problem associated with existing traffic detectors have motivated for the development of new vehicle detection technologies. In this lieu, computer vision systems are the most obvious choice for many reasons. Ronal and Aditi are explaining their current findings on it. Let's have a look.
Today I'll be talking about use case of 5G as vehicle detection and vehicle tracking. So we know that the next thing for 5G would be a use case related to driver assistance, where we require vehicle tracking. And this vehicle tracking, we have done this on some videos, and this is the results which I'm showing. I'll be talking about the application which we are doing in our lab, and this is related to vehicle detection. And we are basically using machine learning and deep learning to detect the vehicles on the road and identify the pedestrians on the road.
My PhD work is on underwater object detection and tracking. Specifically, my object is fish. So detecting any object which is underwater is more complex than detecting any other object which is on road. Since objects in underwater, they move very fast, and it's a very fast occlusion is there, plus illumination in water is also there. So we are, with some ML techniques on fish for knowledge database, we have obtained these results where we are detecting fishes, and we'll be tracking them also. Not only with ML, we'll also be incorporating a depth component soon to improve the accuracy and detect and track fishes with RGB and depth component.
There has been an upsurge in the number of people participating in challenges made popular through social media networks. One of the examples of such a challenge is the Kiki Challenge, in which people step out of their moving cars and dance to the tunes of the song. Such an action makes the people taking the challenge prone to accidents. The prevalence of such challenges in social media can be prevented by using the machine learning that can automatically distinguish them as dangerous and non-dangerous challenge video.
In the end, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about. The first thing that I want to talk about is that it's not just Bharati School that is putting a lot of effort on 5G. For the first time, the government has taken a lot of interest and is funding and supporting not just academia but also research labs, startups and larger organizations in making a significant contribution to the whole ecosystem. The problem is that this is an extremely competitive and extremely niche area. It will take time for us to become a significant contributor, but because of the efforts that all of us together are putting into 5G, we might make a small contribution to 5G, but what I see is that we are in a position to make a big contribution to 6G. We talk about 5G today, but we being a center of excellence and institute of eminence, we are looking beyond 5G. We are looking at the convergence of computing and communication. We are looking at machine learning in future networks. We are looking at technologies which will drive 6G. We are looking at applications that will find use cases in the 6G application. So the point that I'm trying to make is that the government and the academia and the industry has worked hard for 5G. But the kind of fruits that we bear might not appear significant to the layman, but they must understand that this is a training ground for us to make a much larger contribution in 6G. If we do not make a significant contribution in 6G, that might constitute a slight failure. But the level of contribution that we are making to 5G is the best that we could have done, given that we started a little late.
The underlying motivation to quest continuously enables expansion of the scientific and technological knowledge. Bharti School, with its aim to develop telecom leaders through excellence in education and research, has acted as the embankment of solidarity. Highly motivated, dedicated, creative and innovative professors, along with researchers, constitute the backbone of this gigantic knowledge-producing school.
Zest to reach pinnacle with modesty of being helpful is observed when you deluge in this holy river of technology at Bharti School. Therefore, it is one of the indeed example of perfection of Indian education.